Alright, we're back. Just in time for the end. So, Raisin District, Bowden District, Kirkenport, Brunnen Manor, Valence Residence, and then back to the Atelier. Game.
I mean, there are probably a number of side quests that we didn't get to, right?
Yeah, I don't find myself caring that much.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Heading to your friend's going away party, Ryza.
Yeah. Please don't say you need my help with something.
No, that's not it. Just,
What is it, Dad? I don't like it when you make that face. It's his way of trying to cheer you up. He can tell that you're doing your best not to cry. Huh? No, that's not true. Come on, Dad. We're your parents. You can't hide that kind of thing from us. I guess. Anyway, I'm not gonna cry. I'll be fine, but thank you.
just go and have fun. We'll be here when you get back.
I know this isn't an official event, but please don't cause any trouble for the alchemist, okay? I won't, Mom. Jeez.
I'm still super confused as to why you won't just go with. Seems like they're all going to the same place, more or less.
All right. Well, maybe they're going to come to that revelation at the party and decide that they'll all travel together. I knew our guests would leave someday, but the little troublemakers too. It's going to get lonely around here. Oh, I don't feel that lonely. Well, maybe just a little, but...
Thanks for waiting. Gosh, the town office is such a pain. All I needed was the exam application.
So you're going to study abroad with Bos, huh? If you told me that 6 months ago, I'd have laughed out loud.
Well, I'm not leaving anytime soon. I still have to work hard and pass the exam to get scholarships and stuff.
You can read the Clink Kingdom's language, so I'm sure you'll pass. Anyway, it's time to celebrate.
I didn't out of Hades. Realize when my thumb hurts. Fishing's been back to normal ever since that earthquake. Nothing to do with alchemy, that's for sure. Oh, if you ever need anything, please feel free to go to Ryza. Lila, time to go.
Right. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye. Have the fish returned to the lake?
They have. Living things are quite simple. As long as the environment is right, they always return.
It looks like everything here has been cleaned up nice and tidy. Then shall we go? Oh. Is he concerned about Bos leaving?
Okay, that's it for today. Hey, you're not worn out, are you? I need you to take care of things while I'm gone. I'll do my best.
You really seem to be taking this seriously.
He might not be a great fighter, but he needs to have some skill if he's going to be Father's bodyguard.
Yeah, how's your dad been since everything happened?
I told him he needs to improve. He's more than just hot air and start working harder. I think that motivated him.
I'm sure he can work hard when he wants to. So, are you coming to the party?
Lent threatened to drag me there by my hair if I didn't.
Good. I'm glad you two are so honest with each other.
Not really sure if...
Lila's just asking, where are we going?
Oh. I was just gonna add words to his mouth, but nah, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Is this So this is where the party is
Lent's.
taking place?
No, it's Lent's residence, then back to the Atelier? I think I missed something. You haven't... Oh. Such good care of my... And in a way, me as well.
I should thank you. You are a huge part of people recognizing me as an alchemist.
I hope you and my daughter are friends, no matter where we end.
Absolutely.
We're planning to return to my wife's resting place, so Claudia can play her flute for her.
Right. And I'm sure that she'll want to stay with you on your travels after that. It makes sense.
Perhaps. Always have our support, Alchemist Ryza Stout.
Ryza, I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, well, goodbye. So, have we been to... Yeah, we've been to the Bowden District, we've been to the port. Where are we picking up Lent?
There's a cutscene somewhere. We miss it.
Well, I see a conversation bubble.
It has something to do with where Lent's house is.
Have we ever seen his house?
Here.
Does he live in one of the farmhouses?
Remember? All I know is that somebody had mentioned there was a hard-to-find cutscene in a house in a secluded part of one of the locations.
Well, can you get over that gate?
No. That's a farm. That's not.
Mm-hmm.
That's not.
Well, there are
I'm not
plenty
sure
of
yet.
houses around here.
Yeah, but they all seem too quaint for Lent's house.
I mean, he could live at the end of the... Nah. Oh, who's... Just some
Dude.
guy standing up there. Wait, that looked like... Oh, no. That must just be a quarreling couple or something. Is he somewhere in Bowden District? There's a lot of conversation points. Or are those just side quests?
I think I know where it is. House is back here.
Oh, that one looks like a house. Oh, yeah.
Said he wanted to become an errand. Put that idea in his head. Okay. Why do you have to sound so dismissive?
It wasn't me. I was surprised as anyone when he told me. That was all him. Trust me.
Huh. All him. I remember how much of a crybaby he used to be. And now he's deciding stuff like that on his own? Not that I'd ever want to be compared to you, but wandering the land does sound like fun. Huh. You got one hell of a mouth on you, kid. But it's your life. You want. I will. Maybe I'll drop by when I feel like it. Huh. Get out of here. I can't do my usual voice acting. I'm actually too...
Can we see what this house is like? So, he has a log cabin.
Huh. Where's Lent? Beats the hell out of me. Probably wandering around somewhere.
Are you ready, Lent? Today's gonna be a busy day.
You bet your butts I'm ready. I dare any monsters to take a shot at us.
Nice. Glad to hear it. I'm gonna be counting on you.
Huh. You dare. What's a little pipsqueak like you gonna do? Ah, Dad, you smell like booze. You've been drinking again. Yeah, so what if I have? What's it to you? You keep causing trouble to everyone around you, that's what. You got some mouth on you, kid. Think I care about everyone around me? They already think I'm a scumbag. Why shouldn't I just play the part? You're that scumbag's son, Mr. Hotshot.
Samuel, stop! Lent's...
Okay, Ryza. Dad, it's your turn to listen to me. I'm not gonna waste any more time feeling bad about being the son of the town drunk. You're not gonna dictate how I feel anymore. From now on, only I get to decide that. The hell? Ryza, let's go. Hey, Lent! You get back here right now, Lent!
Well, if you'll excuse us.
Son of a... Him too. Who does he think he is? Damn it. Wait. We had like 2 cutscenes. One was a lot more amicable than the other.
We'll go back. I think it was one of those things where remember how you could go back into your atelier several times and receive different cutscenes at random?
I guess.
One was definitely you've run into him to go out and collect materials in the forest. Oh.
Well, no, the first one was him talking about going off to be a knight, and the second one was him kind of leaving forever, but they both had kind of the same summation, but one was a lot more positive than the other.
Mm-hmm. Well, we missed syncing this with the cutscene, but oh well. Da 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 da! I think that's what it's supposed to be. Here's our guest of honor, Bos. So, what do you think of Atelier Ryza?
Bad for something you came up with.
Humph? Still full of attitude, huh? Anyway, with that out of the way, I'd like to begin the group going away party and wish for a bright future for everyone.
You know, we spent so much time talking about us, but we never thought to ask.
Huh? What's up?
What are you gonna do now, Ryza? You planning to stay here on the island?
Oh, well, as this village's alchemist, I already have a plan.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
First, I predict that the island will lose power again in about 100 years, so I need to deal with that. Next, I'll develop better desalination equipment and build as many as I can. Then, I'll figure out some way to stabilize the island. Can't just have it floating all over. How's that sound?
That sounds all well and good. You don't actually have a plan, do you?
Nope. Figuring that out is part of my goal. If I can figure it out all quickly, maybe I'll leave the island. Until then, I'm going to stick around here. I need to protect the ordinary days of everyone here.
Well, I think you'll do just fine, Ryza. I think I know she'll do just fine.
Hey, stop interrupting. Don't worry, Ryza. I know you'll fix everything and leave the island in no time. I'm sure of it.
That is
Aww.
a cute illustration.
That is awfully cute, but I noticed that it's really just the party members. You don't have Bos there.
Yeah.
But oh.
It's very awe, and then you look at Lila.
Oh, then you look at Lila.
And you're like, Jesus Christ. I'm not entirely sure, but she might just have a ribbon covering the only unmentionable bits, and that's very strange. And then you look at everybody else and you're like, oh. You look back at her and you're like, the hell's up with that outfit? Why? And then you look back. Anyway.
And then we can travel together. Father would be happy for you to join us. Or it can be just you and me. I see. That sounds kind of nice. Then we can capture Lent and track down Empel and Lila. And then kidnap Tao and Bos from the capital and have another party, just like today.
Capture? How do you plan to do that? Of course, if anyone would find a way, it would be you. Yeah, I can see it now. I certainly wouldn't put it past her. Might take you up on that, assuming we're not too busy.
And if we are busy, we'll force you to help us. If we happen to miss you in our travels, would it be okay if we dropped in here? Anytime! This is Atelier Ryza, our secret hideout. On an ordinary island called Kirkin, in an ordinary village called Rossenboden. I lived an extraordinary life. Boom. And fought to protect an ordinary one. I'm Rysland Stout, but everyone calls me Ryza. I'm a normal farmer's daughter and an alchemist. I'm in my atelier, surrounded by the things I found on my adventure and the things that alchemy taught me. It might seem like a kind of boring to some people. But it's the start of another wonderful, exciting day. Under the deep blue sky and the summer sun, I look out into the distance, far, far away.
This was.
Oh, look at those clouds. Look really realistic.
Cloud rendering has gotten a lot better the last couple days, years. Sorry. I'm really tired.
This is in English. This is called crocus. I like crocus flowers. They pop up in really early spring. No. That's a cute collection of stills. Is that last bit almost like an acknowledgement of the player? Sometimes where they have them turn around and specifically look at you.
Maybe.
You're just gonna do continue, right?
Yeah. Very hard and charismatic.
Difficulties.
A lovely final image there. She's the only one left because everybody else is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
Everyone's gone off on their own separate adventures.
Yep. I still think she should have just gone with them because it sounded like a lot of the problems could wait.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, lovely game. Neither of us expected that we'd actually finish this as a series. Like, we honestly thought...
We've had bad luck with JRPGs lately, where we start them and then we realize we don't like the characters or the tone or the combat system or the plot or some aspect of them. And... oh. Yep.
Sorry about that. You're just so much better. Oh no, the intro's gonna go. Whatever, it's fine.
And yeah, we were charmed by the characters and we wanted to see where the game would take them, and they kept the real plot hooks at bay for a long time. It was a very slow build-up to get to an actual understanding of the causation behind all of the things happening. Oh, you're taking a photo of that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna use for a thumbnail.
Oh, I see. Yeah, maybe not.
Nah, probably not that one. Too many spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, like, this one works.
Do you like the light one or the dark one?
Probably the... No, actually. Because...
Why are we talking about this in the finale?
I don't know. I am absolutely shot right now, I'm gonna be honest. Super tired.
He was playing more Ring Fit. But yeah, can you click on that so that we can just see the image?
Let's pick a computer one.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yeah. That's nice. So yeah, the characters really grew on me, and I wanted to see where they'd go.
I still think the plot was bad.
It was one of those things where, yes, there's the ancient ruins and the ultra powerful predecessor race or kingdom or people. You don't know what happened to them, and clearly it was their own hubris that destroyed them. But it took a while for. Why didn't people acknowledge that Lila wasn't human?
Yeah, there was never any development for that. She's like, I'm actually from another world, and everybody's like, cool. And that was it. There was no like, yeah, we knew, or, oh. It was just like,
then again,
that would explain the massive knockers. And, oh.
What? No, that doesn't explain it, because the other Kilo didn't have those.
Oh, yeah, she didn't. Maybe she hides them. I don't know. But, yeah, it felt like there were certain things that I wish they had expanded upon more.
It took them a long time for them to reconcile with Bos, but I suppose he was a minor antagonist.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole story. Rival.
I mean, we had our whole spiel about how...
We didn't have a real antagonist. We were complaining a little bit about that. It was the nameless evil from another world that... I mean,
and it was just bugs, too.
Bugs.
Like, it wasn't even...
Nothing with a motivation other than to eat, kill, spread.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it. It was kind of like, okay. But it was fine. This is JRPG comfort food beyond any other game I've ever played. It made us
happy. It was bright and colorful.
The music was pretty good.
And did you like the crafting system? You were the one controlling it. So.
I enjoyed it. It wore on me a little bit by the end. I feel like it needed a stopgap. Because after a certain point, I got the ability to make like multiples of certain things. But I got that right before the ability to just clone all of my stuff. And I was just like, I wish I had had this earlier. Because there were certain points where I'm just like, time to make more ingots. And I wish that, like, with alchemy levels, it would actually provide small benefits that maybe you could even, like, determine, like, quality increase or, just create one extra of lower tier resources for the future. Just little bits like that every couple of levels on the alchemy level system would have made everything feel a lot less sluggish. Because there were certainly points where we were both just like, but I had to do it, sort of. Well, okay, I didn't have to do it to the extent that I did. But it was very satisfying to be able to just make, like, top-tier equipment before the end and just wreck through things. The earliest thing that lets you build more of a thing is Zettel, which is available from the first side quest. Yeah, but that's still a really awkward loop. I don't know. It's just like, yeah, sure it was available, but that didn't make it good. But that's fine. It's small beans. It was a charming game, and that's what was important. I liked the crafting system. I'd like to see it expanded further, and...
Yeah. What did you think of the first, I would say, half of the game being just Ryza learning a little bit more about alchemy, gathering materials, and helping out villagers?
It was a dumb joke, and we only kept going, or at least I was only interested in going because of how charming it was. But it was definitely just kind of like there's going to be a story at some point. And I guess there was. But, like, I feel like it would have been better if there was, like, whole labyrinths underneath, like, the Clint Kingdom castle and stuff. Like, you kill the dragon, and then you're like, oh, shoot, there's a lot of stuff down here. And you just have, like, massive alchemical horrors
Yeah.
that the Clints had made, or who knows what.
And I also felt that, as charming as the characters were, they presented interesting relationships between the children and their parents, and then didn't really fully
Deliver on any of them, yeah.
develop them.
Because Ryza never really got out from her parents' thumb. Even up until the end, they were trying to just convince her to do farm stuff, and it's just like... I mean, I went on a long rant very early on in the series, making fun of, you know, the get a real job mentality.
And then, with Lent, we didn't really get... They had set up Samuel pretty well the first time or two that we had met him. And I thought that he was going to be, not an antagonist, but someone that we were going to have to contend with more often, especially when we learned that he was beating Lent and such. And then Lent says, oh, I'm just going to shirk off his blows and he'll become disinterested and, you know, now I'm going to forge my own path and my own destiny and such. It's like, okay, but the whole a perceived injury versus... I didn't like the way that they had tried to explain that away. That's something
are we
only...
talking
That's something...
Ampel's arm? Sorry?
No. We're talking about Lent and how it only hurts if you let it.
Yeah, that was dumb.
But Lent, I would have liked to have seen... His family had ties to the ancient language, the library, and the lore keeping.
You mean Tao, not Lent.
Sorry, Tao.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tao. And I would have liked to have seen what his place was like. Or his parents.
Yeah, I think I still stand by the fact that I wish it was a little bit more sandboxy. You actually had to deal with their personal problems. Like, to unlock them. Like, those little quests were kind of fine, but it would have been kind of fun if there were little, like, mini plots for each character that you had to go through.
And
to get them up to, like, peak capacity.
And we had to do something of the sort just to recruit Claudia.
Yeah. And I wish we had kind of gone through that a little bit more with everybody else. And I still think it would have been better if it had been locked hard to it, like a day-night cycle with, like, a calendar and events that would happen at certain days. I
also felt bad or other characters. I mean, I thought Agatha was underused.
You just kind of hunned my point away and was like, never mind.
Oh, sorry. What was it?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
I'm sorry. What was it?
I still want this game to be closer to, like... Oh, shoot. It's the... Not Stardew Valley. My Time at Portia, which had, like, a calendar and things would happen at certain days. Like, straight up, like, certain characters try and rob you on, like, X day of the month. And so ultimately it doesn't matter that much, but it kind of gives you a feeling of, like, more immersion. Because as it stood, Ryza slept maybe twice the entire game, and that felt weird.
They also gave you so many ways in which to acquire resources.
Yeah, and I kind of wish
the
that
farm, we didn't get to use that hot tub.
No, and a lot of this stuff
spring.
felt kind of weirdly meaningless. Because, like, I wish the hot spring was actually something that we intentionally built and had an actual use. But yeah, Harvest Moon style or whatever. Like, make the farming important. Make a lot of this, like, resource gathering stuff both important, but also something that you can't just only do because you can't just neglect your home life, because the longer Lent is, like, under his father's thumb, the less effective a fighter he is. Or, you know, there are just, like, randomly days where his dad beats the snot out of him, and so he's just worse. And I know...
That'd be a little much.
I know it'd be a bit much, but, like, it kept happening. He kept showing up being like, you know, my dad beat me, and everybody's like, oh no. But then he still had full health and fought just as normally. And maybe it would be a little bit... I'm having really bad deja vu for some reason. Maybe it would be a little bit darker, but it would have made the whole situation feel more real, and so you'd feel a reason to help him deal with this problem in some way, which would inevitably be giving him the confidence to stand up to his father, and also the gear, equipment, and training to actually do so. I don't know. Anywho.
Yeah. We definitely enjoyed it. It pulled us through all the way to the bitter end. And it makes me wonder if you said that these series usually come with multiple parts.
Yeah, so there will probably be a Ryza 2 and maybe 3. And then they'll move on to a new protagonist or something like that.
It makes me wonder if Ryza 2 will be a time skip where Bos and Lent have been in the capital for a while, the other two have been off.
I have no idea. I'd have to look at how they've handled it with the rest in the series.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fine. Either way, I think we've got our closing thoughts in, and then some. But I know some people have asked if we're going to be doing the post-game for this. There's barely a post-game. It does let you get some, like, more ridiculous equipment. Because there's some higher-end materials we kind of only barely touched. There's a lot in the bottle worlds. And there's the bottle underworlds that has the shadow version of the final boss. I don't think we're going to mess with it, though. Mainly because, like, that is time that could be spent
They're
playing
also
another
probably
JRPG.
the two other weird throne ladies.
Yeah, but, like, whatever. We beat the crap out of them, so it's like, eh. But no, I'd rather put that time into, I don't know what we play next. It's like kind of a toss-up between Phoenix Wright and Tales of Vesperia for me. I want to play Vesperia. I haven't played a Tales of game in forever. I want to play that instead of this, but this kind of won out. Anyway, I guess with that, thank you all so much for joining us on this mellow as hell journey. We'll see you next time.